take a look at your Caribbean report for tonight. Officials from the Caribbean are heading to London next month for talks with the British government on the UK airport departure tax the region regards as punitive to its tourism. The air passenger duty was imposed by the previous Labour administration, but the present coalition government has pledged to review it. St. Lucia Tourism Minister Alan Chesternet says that he was grateful that the officials agreed to meet the Caribbean delegation so they can understand our own sensitivity to it. Mr. Chesternet said he was confident that the International Civil Air Aviation Organization and the World Trade Organization will rule against the tax. And staying on air transport, Dominica's aviation minister calls it a big day for the country when Liat Airlines staged a series of tests for night flights at Melville Hall Airport. But the wait for night landings goes on, even though the minister, Rayborn Blackmore, called the tests a success. A release from Liat said several concerns were identified during the flights, and these will be revealed with the regulatory authorities. Mr. Blackmore says Dominicans are anxious for interregional night flights to start. And in Cuba, dissidents continue to complain that the government has not let up on harassing critics who publicly expressed their discontent on the streets, even though Cuba has released some of its political prisoners. The mother of Orlando Zapata, an imprisoned dissident who died in February after a hunger strike, is among those speaking out. She said the government supporters and security agents stopped her and other dissidents from going to the cemetery to pay their respects to her son. Amnesty International this week called on Cuban authorities to stop harassing the 61-year-old woman. And finally, in Haiti, an American man has admitted to sexually abusing 8 boys at a school he founded in Haiti for street children. Douglas Perlitz pled guilty to a U.S. District Court in New Haven, Connecticut, to 1 count of travel with the intent to engage illicit sexual conduct, a charge that carries up to 30 years in prison. Sentencing is set for December. Mr. Perlitz was charged last year with eliciting boys at the Pierre Toussaint School in Cap-Haïtien to sex acts by promising them food, shelter, and other items. Prosecutors say he also withheld benefits and threatened to expel the boys if they refused his wishes. And that's your Caribbean report for tonight. Well, Diageo has its project moving right along. Here's Wes.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. Well, this is the warehouse portion of this phase with Diageo, Captain Morgan. As you can see, people in line now getting some barbecue. Right now, let's go to this portion here where they're just very happy to be right on phase, right on schedule, as they've completed the warehouse phase of this gigantic project.
This commemorative bottle is to celebrate the grand opening of Diageo USVI warehouses in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands. And the back label says, Captain Morgan has landed on St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands. The Diageo USVI team graciously thanks J. Benton Construction and the Diageo PM Group for their hard work and dedication leading to the successful grand opening of the Captain's new barrel warehouses in St. Croix, USVI.
J. Benton Construction is honored that we were able to work with Diageo on this project. As you look around, you will see 204,000 square foot barrel warehouses, an administration building, a forklift maintenance shop, utility building, which includes a high hazard fire pump, emergency generator, and a 250,000 gallon above tank system for fire water. In 11 months, more than 230 Virgin Islanders have worked hard to plan, design, and build this facility. The fact that it is all completed in 11 months shows the naysayers they are wrong. Projects of this magnitude can be successfully completed on time in the Virgin Islands.
As you can see, members from Benton and also Diageo very happy about this phase of the warehouse completion. Let's go to the man himself now, Dan Kirby.
We had to get barrels down here early enough so that we could have them pre-staged ready for the distillery opening at the end of November. So we needed the warehouses done in August of 2010. And here we are, August 2010, and the warehouses are completed. So a great job by a local firm, Benton Construction, and all the folks that went into all the hard work of getting this done.
All right. And what does it mean now that you've passed this phase? What is the next phase that we're going to be seeing?
The next phase will actually, when we start to commission the distillery, we've started some of the work in the wash water treatment facility, but we'll be starting our full commissioning in early October.
All right, Dan, I'm still getting pressured from the community about hiring local.
Right.
But as I look around, I'm seeing a lot of people of color. I'm seeing a lot of people that have come from different avenues of the world and so forth, multinational. How do you feel about what you're doing? Are you still in compliance with the Department of Labor?
Absolutely. We follow exactly the process that we need to follow, that we've agreed to, and that abides by USVI law. And yes, we have still a lot of local laborers, both, well, obviously we're done here, but over in the distillery as well, because we're still building. James is still over there with the admin building and the other buildings as well.
They're right on schedule here. I want to also add that they've been keeping up with all the safety measures as well, so that is good news. This place is huge. A whole lot of barrels can be stored in this sucker. So there you have it, the latest on Diageo, and of course they are now in their warehouse. They've completed that phase. At Diageo Warehouse near Cruise and Rum, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
When we come back from this break, we'll take a look at Stephen Koo Francis. He's got your Sports 411. Stay with us.